I'm sorry I was kind of cranky earlier, Lacey. It's just sometimes I think all you chickens want me for is to give you mealworms. I mean, do you guys even know where mealworms come from? Of course I do. Okay, I am here at Egg Song Farm and I'm about to meet Holly. So let's do this.
Hi, Tanya!
Hello, Holly!
How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to Egg Song Farm at Holly Farm.
Yay! I am so excited to see what you have to show me. I heard there's mealworms here.
Oh, the mealworms, yes.
But first I was wondering if we could take a peek at the chickens.
You bet.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Hi, friend. Don't pet my microphone. Do you have any predator issues here?
There are definitely some overhead predators. We see hawks and eagles flying around.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we also have a llama and some alpacas that help to protect the pasture. So,
Oh, that's good. Oh my god.
so back here is the new Egg Song Farm Henhouse. We are working on adding some awesome additions to the coop. We'll be putting in some fun roosting bars in here so that everybody can have something to play with when they have to get stuck in the hen house on a snowy day, for example. But otherwise, it's so great having a coop that you can just walk right into.
Yes. So you sell eggs at the local farmers market?
Yeah. There are a couple of markets that I really love doing. The main one I'm involved with is the Snohomish Farmers Market.
Uh-huh.
And then I also participate in the Monroe Farmers Market and the Shoreline Farmers Market. And this year I'll be doing the Mill Creek Farmers Market as well.
And the eggs you sell, are they blue?
They're blue, green, they're rainbow eggs. We
Oh,
have
people love that.
all the colors, yes.
Yeah.
And that's why, oh, well, hello.
Of course.
Of course.
Sorry, kiddo.
We have bantams and we sell bantam eggs too. People just love to take home a little dozen of bantam eggs. It's super
kids.
fun. Yes,
Kids
they
really
love them.
love
They
that.
love them. So, yeah, all the eggs.
Yay.
They're so good. And
Hashtag all the eggs.
all the eggs. We should just note that Holly Farm has been around for close to 100 years. So the fact that my name is Holly is a total coincidence.
No relation.
None. There are a couple of other businesses that do operate here as well. We have an operating equine farm where they do riding lessons, and that's
Ooh.
Equine Life Solutions. So they were here first. They've been here for a long time.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and the chickens are free to range this entire pasture. It's probably about 2 acres, maybe even a little bit more, because they wander off into the animal pens there to do scratching and pecking as well. So
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I got a pretty severe case of coop envy going on right now.
tell you what, the original chicken man down in Ording, he'll hook you up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
They're an amazing team. This is the second time I've had them come out and do a coop for us, and another one's at a different location, and they're just quality work, local craftsmanship. It's really nice to support other people who are into chickens.
I know. Isn't that weird?
song for us here at
The
Egg
egg
Farm?
song is playing.
It's music to my ears.
Oh, it's a little chicken.
You can tell.
Okay, what do we have here?
So here is a portion of my mealworm farm.
Okay.
I like to show people how easy it is to do it yourself, because all you need if you want to grow your own mealworms for chickens is a little box like this.
Yeah.
And you don't even need this if you don't want. You could do it all in one bin. But what I do here is, you can see this has the larvae, which are turning into pupae, or a pupa singular. And these are the cocoons for the beetles. So the larvae are what we actually call the mealworms, but they're not worms.
Okay.
And then as they turn into a pupa, I put them in the next drawer up, the pupa drawer. And you can see there are several that are in a pupa right now. Then they hatch into these beetles here. And as you can see, these are my multipliers. And they are the ones that are laying all the eggs that are hatching out all of these mealworms.
So she's taking the dead ones out and
Tossing it to the chickens.
recycling them.
There is no waste. So every part of the mealworm is utilized, including its poop.
Really?
Mealworm poop, insect poop in general, is called frass. It is a fantastic fertilizer, and I can show you. I have some right in this bucket here. The frass actually, it's dry, and it's the consistency of sand. And it's a phenomenal fertilizer. So because it's a dry fertilizer, you can just sprinkle it right on the plant. It doesn't burn the plant. It won't injure anything that you're growing, and it just helps to fortify the soil. So it's a fantastic way to naturally fertilize your plants in the spring or whenever.
Sweet. That's gonna end it. I want to know, Holly, how all of this started.
Well, this all started as a hobby.
It always does.
I know. I was working at a preschool and providing some enrichment with chickens. We had a small little chicken coop with 4 birds.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and the kids just really love to look for eggs and have interactions with the animals and learn about empathy and caring for babies and compassion. And it was a great success.
So at this point, you just had chickens like at your house.
And actually, they were on the preschool property. That was my very first introduction to it. And then from taking that, and then from when I left there, just moved the flock over to different property.
So did you have, was your child in the preschool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was actually the Spanish teacher in the enrichment.
Oh, cool. You probably know more Spanish than me.
And then from there, I just, as you know, chicken hobbies turn into a lifestyle. And
Chicken math.
so I needed more room and more space for all of the chickens that I wanted, so that I could have all the eggs. Because I want rainbow eggs. I want every color, every size, every shape, and you need a lot of different chickens and a diverse flock to provide such a beautiful dozen to sell at the farmer's market.
So did you just start with mealworms because you had chickens, or?
Yes. So I started farming mealworms specifically to feed to chickens, and having a mealworm farm is also a really great way to teach preschoolers about the insect life cycle.
Yes.
So that was another hands-on type of activity that they would do for the mealworms and the insects. And then come to find out, there's an entire mealworm industry.
Yeah.
And
Who knew?
Who knew? And so from there, I kept getting more beetles to make more mealworms, and
Beetle math.
Beetle math.
Mealworm math.
It's a thing. It's truly a thing. and discovered there was actually an interest for people to have fresh live mealworms, especially for reptiles and exotic animals. They're quite expensive in the feed stores, and so I realized there was a market for that, and sort of tapped into that, and took it to the farmers market. Also, with the frass fertilizer as a byproduct is again a very sought after fertilizer. So the eggs, the mealworms, and the fertilizer were my product at the farmers market, and I encountered the director, Carmel Ackerman, of the barn here at Holly Farm. And she was on the lookout for somebody, an educator, who could come and help manage the animal farm and provide some agritourism educational programming here at Holly Farm.
Cool. So actually kids come here and they can do a tour and learn about the farm and the mealworms and
get a hands-on experience feeding the chickens, and also just to, look for eggs and get that whole understanding of the life cycle and sustainability and where do eggs come from? How does a chicken make an egg? And
I mean, there's some adults that don't know that and need that experience too.
They don't just show up in the grocery store in a carton, unfortunately. There's a whole process involved. So, and so we just like to teach about sustainability, humane farming methods, natural farming methods. I'm trying to go as organic as possible in order to make it a more desirable product as well.
So when you ship the mealworms, like how do you keep them alive?
They live in their substrate of wheat bran or cornmeal or oatmeal, right? Like mealworms, any kind of milled grain. They can survive. Chick feed is
Wouldn't
a
that
great,
be awesome if you could just live in your food?
Okay, just roll over and just start eating.
They told me I couldn't, so I don't.
And I put them in cotton muslin bags and with plenty of wheat bran and a piece of carrot, and they just get packed up in their little dark box with some holes in the box, and they ship quite well. They'll stay perfectly fine for weeks in a little bag. As long as you throw a fresh piece of apple or carrot or something in there.
They're low maintenance.
The will to live is strong with the mealworm.
Yeah,
it will.
And we could learn a few things from the mealworm. Like when you get down, just think about what the mealworm does.
Just rolls over and starts eating.
Yes. Well, this has been such an awesome experience coming here.
I am so privileged to have finally met the president of Chickenlandia and to have you come to my own farm, Egg Song Farm here. I will never live this day down.
After I touched your mealworms, I'm never gonna wash my hands again.
Please wash.
Just kidding.
Chicken dusties.
Is that okay?
She thinks it's okay. Hey, are you checking out the digs, making sure it's all right? You see that little goat, or the goat door right there. Keeps the goat out and lets the chicken in.
I see.
That's okay. I'm gonna take her out with the food. Come on. So predictable. So predictable.
Works every time.
Every time.